And we're here at the Fashion's Finest off schedule. I'm actually here with Sola. Now, Sola, you are actually the co-owner and also producer of the show. So tell us a little bit about the experience of what goes into planning a show like Fashion's Finest.
Most of the, wow,
So much.
I don't even know where to start. A lot goes into producing a show like this. I mean, we start planning this a year in advance. So as soon as last year's show in February finished, we started planning this one because, we have to get a variety of designers who come from various parts of the world.
Yeah.
There's so many different factors, from the DJ to the light to the sound, to the ushers to the models and the stylists and the backstage team, photographers, videographers, and so on. So it's so much that goes on. And if you want the show to work properly, you have to make sure that everybody knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
They've got everything they need to do what they want to do right. So you really have to pay attention to detail. I very much have to be able to think on my feet because I have to make instant decisions, particularly when things go wrong. And I have to find solutions that make it just seem seamless. So I know there's a problem, but nobody else knows there's a problem. I just kind of find a way to work around it and get it fixed. It's a hard job, but it's a good job. I love it.
You enjoy it.
Yeah.
And obviously we've just had day one. We're in sort of halfway through day two at the moment. How do you think it's been so far? Being in sort of episode 11, I say season 11.
It's when I get asked that question, it's always very difficult for me because, when you're kind of working, it looks good, but you never know what people really think, So it's not till you start to see the comments on the various social media or people, come up to you afterwards and say, hey, so a lovely show, great show. Yeah. But I mean, the feedback we've been getting so far has been phenomenal. I mean, I'm very pleased because I think this is our best set ever in terms of the stage design, the lighting and stuff like that. So I'm exceptionally pleased about it. So I think that all helps because it just changes the way everybody feels about it, from the guests to the designers to the models to even the press, So I think I'm very pleased about that for this particular season. I mean, I'm not really into clothes, believe it or not, but I mean, this time around, there was such a mixture of clothes,
Definitely.
I find that quite interesting. I think that's one of the unique things about the Fashion's Finest off schedule, showing that we have a lot of designers that would not get into the mainstream shows, and they get a chance, an opportunity to showcase themselves. And I think it's just phenomenal. It just shows the talent that is out there.
It's actually unreal when you look at some of the designers that we've seen over the last few days, and you've obviously just given this open stage for them to actually showcase these amazing designs, which we wouldn't normally see, which is great. How does it sort of feel to sort of give that opportunity?
It feels good. I mean, I've been in this business now just going on 35 years, and I started when there was no one around, if that makes sense. I couldn't even find a female model or male models in those days. And, there weren't people of color involved in the industry at all. So it was very difficult. So I know how many people I've worked with over the years that they started at one of my events or one of my shows, and they've gone on to do other things. And it's such a great feeling now seeing loads of people come into our shows, and then a year later, they're in Vogue, they're in this, they're in that, and they say, oh, thank you to Fashion's Finest. I think that's the real feeling of achievement, that when someone comes back to you and say, hey, I'm starting to be successful and I got my first break at Fashion's Finest.
No, definitely such an achievement, and it's been a great first day. This is my first time actually going to be here for what is going to be the next best Britain's Top Designer 2016. So can you tell us a little bit about the event?
Well, once again, it was one of these sort of things. I mean, one of the things about Fashion's Finest and Mahogany is that we're about trying to find or create opportunities for people that would not be given opportunities in mainstream. Mm-hmm. And when you looked at the fashion awards, which are done by we know whom, if you're not a Stella McCartney, or you're not one of the top industry people, or a Naomi Campbell, or one of these top models, you're not going to get an award. No one's going to recognize you. It's just one of those things. So we decided that, hold on, what about all these other designers that are just as good, you know, that are out there? How can we recognize them and give them an opportunity to compete, to showcase themselves to the world, and to be able to walk away with a title of Britain's top designer? So we came up with this concept, Britain's top designer. I think this is season 3 now.
Wow.
Deborah will kill me if I got that wrong. I think it's this is season 4, because I'm saying the winners in my head. So this is season 4 that we're doing it now. And our 3 previous winners have gone on and done phenomenal things. You know, it's absolutely brilliant, and you know, people cherish the award. Each year we have more and more designers competing, trying to get into the competition. You know, and international designers come and we're trying to say it's Britain's top designer. Say no, but please, we're here. We want the title. You know, so I think that's really a good thing, and if the winners use it well, it does open up doors. You know, a good title, being referred to as Britain's top designer is always something good for you in your CV. So I think this season we have about 8 designers competing in the final. They will showcase their collections. They will be in front of, you know, a very prestigious panel of judges who will scrutinize them. I mean, how we do the competition is that we start with a pre-judging round, which should be happening very soon. So the judges go and they get a chance to see the close-up personal, see what the stitching is like, what the quality is like, ask them a few general questions and stuff like that, and they mark them out of that. And, you know, then they come down and then we do the show part of it, which is how we see how it walks, how the clothes feel on the catwalk, how they flow and stuff like that, and they're judged on that. And then there's a question and answer session where, you know, the judges give them some feedback about what they saw, how they feel about the clothes, the designer, where they want to go, and so on and so forth. And then finally they choose the winner. So, you know, it's we've tried to structure it in such a way that you can't just come and do a good catwalk show and you win. We're looking at many different aspects. What are your goals? You know, how well did you do in the pre-judging round? You know, do you answer questions? Do you know anything about fashion? You know, it's that sort of stuff.
So it's a bit more in depth. It's not just showcasing alone.
For the audience, it looks like it's just a showcase, but it's not. It's a very competitive competition.
Well, we're really excited to be here for the Britain's Top Designer, and I know that you're a very, very busy man running around in about 20 things, so I'm going to let you get back out there because I know we've got the panel that's going to be up soon. But really great to speak to you, Sola. Best of luck with the rest of the show, and thanks for speaking with us.
Thank you, Nana. Thank you.
We're here with the fashion's finest, shortly going to be seeing the Britain's Next Top Designer 2016. Thank you for watching.
And cut.